Welcome to our deep dive into the life of Julian Assange, a figure who has become a symbol of both transparency and controversy. And let's be honest, he's also the guy who made hiding in an embassy a trending topic. Before we unravel his story, let's set the stage with a brief overview. Think of it as the previously on segment of a reality TV show. Julian Assange, the mastermind behind WikiLeaks, will appear in court June 26, 2024, to plead guilty to a felony for publishing U.S. military secrets under a deal that will set him free to return home to Australia after years holed up and imprisoned while fighting extradition to America. Talk about a plot twist. The hearing, which will take place in the Northern Mariana Islands, a U.S. Commonwealth in the Pacific, is the stunning culmination of the U.S. government's years-long pursuit of the publisher, who has been painted both as a hero and a reckless criminal for exposing hundreds of thousands of sensitive military documents. It's like a season finale, but with more legal jargon. Born in Australia, Assange founded WikiLeaks in 2006. With the mission to publish classified information and expose the hidden dealings of governments and corporations. Basically, he made spilling the tea a global affair. His most explosive moment came in 2010. When WikiLeaks released a trove of U.S. military and diplomatic documents, revealing the inner workings of international relations and sparking a global debate on the ethics of whistleblowing and state secrecy. Imagine the world's biggest group chat leak. Assange's actions have led to a series of legal battles, most notably with the United States, where he faces charges under the Espionage Act. It's like he's starring in his own legal drama. His supporters view him as a champion of free speech and a relentless advocate for transparency, kind of like the superhero of the information age. Critics, however, argue that his leaks have endangered lives and compromised national security. So maybe more of an anti-hero? In 2012, Assange sought asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London to avoid extradition to Sweden over allegations of sexual misconduct. Charges he has consistently denied, and thus began the world's longest game of hide-and-seek. He remained in the embassy for nearly 7 years, a period marked by increasing tensions and diplomatic standoffs. Talk about overstaying your welcome. In April 2019, his asylum was revoked, and he was arrested by British authorities. And just like that, the game was over. Since then, he has been fighting extradition to the United States from a high-security prison in London. It's like a never-ending episode of Law & Order, Special WikiLeaks Unit. Recently, there's been a glimmer of hope for Assange, as reports suggest he may soon reunite with his family while still in detention, adding an emotional twist to his ongoing saga. Cue the tear-jerking music. So, with this context in mind, let's delve into the labyrinthine world of Julian Assange. Grab your popcorn, folks. Is he a hero or a villain? Or maybe just a really complicated character, a freedom fighter or a fugitive? Or perhaps a bit of both. The answers are as complex as the man himself, and just as intriguing. Buckle up, because this journey is just beginning, and it's going to be a wild ride. I bet you didn't know the labyrinthine world of Julian Assange, a name that echoes through the corridors of power, sparking debates, protests, and even international incidents. But who is he, really? Let's set the stage. Picture this: a dimly lit alleyway, rain slicking the pavement. The air is thick with mystery, and the only sound is the soft patter of raindrops hitting the ground. A lone figure huddles in the shadows, face illuminated by the ghostly glow of a laptop screen. The keys click softly, each keystroke a step deeper into the unknown. This, my friends, is no ordinary internet user. This is Julian Assange, the enigmatic founder of WikiLeaks, and he's about to turn the world upside down. With every click, he unearths secrets that many would prefer to stay buried. Assange, a name whispered in hushed tones in the corridors of power, a figure shrouded in controversy and intrigue. His actions have sparked debates, protests, and even international incidents. Is he a champion of transparency? A digital Robin Hood exposing the secrets of the powerful? Or is he something more complex, a figure whose motivations are as murky as the secrets he reveals? Or is he a reckless ideologue, a dangerous cybercriminal playing fast and loose with national security? His actions have led to both praise and condemnation, making him one of the most polarizing figures of our time. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of Julian Assange, where the lines between truth and fiction are blurred, and the only certainty is that things are about to get very, very interesting. His story is a roller coaster of highs and lows, victories and defeats. Think of this essay as a 10-minute joyride through the tumultuous life and times of Julian Assange. From his early days as a hacker to his rise as a global figure, we'll explore the events that shaped him and the world around him. We'll be your guide through the labyrinthine world of government secrets, high-stakes espionage, and diplomatic standoffs, all while trying to answer the burning question, is Julian Assange a hero or a villain? Let the games begin. As we peel back the layers, you'll see the complexities and contradictions that define him, making it clear that the answer is anything but simple. Now, before we dive deeper, let's take a quick detour to catch up with the latest on Julian Assange. Recently, latest development on Assange, according to ABC News report that Assange may soon reunite with his family while still in prison. This comes amidst ongoing debates and legal battles surrounding his extradition to the United States. Supporters argue that he's a champion of free speech and transparency, while critics accuse him of endangering lives through his leaks. The reunion with his family could be a significant emotional respite for Assange, who has spent years in isolation. This development adds another layer to the already complex narrative of a man whose actions have reverberated across the globe. So, with this new twist in mind, let's continue our journey into the life and times of Julian Assange. The stage is set, the players are in position, and the curtain is about to rise on one of the most compelling stories of our time. Picture this: a dimly lit alleyway, rain slicking the pavement. The air is thick with mystery, and the only sound is the soft patter of raindrops hitting the ground. A lone figure huddles in the shadows, face illuminated by the ghostly glow of a laptop screen. The keys click softly, each keystroke a step deeper into the unknown. This, my friends, is no ordinary internet user. This is Julian Assange, the enigmatic founder of WikiLeaks, and he's about to turn the world upside down. With every click, he unearths secrets that many would prefer to stay buried. Assange, a name whispered in hushed tones in the corridors of power, a figure shrouded in controversy and intrigue. His actions have sparked debates, protests, and even international incidents. Is he a champion of transparency, a digital Robin Hood exposing the secrets of the powerful? Or is he something more complex, a figure whose motivations are as murky as the secrets he reveals? Or is he a reckless ideologue, a dangerous cybercriminal playing fast and loose with national security? His actions have led to both praise and condemnation, making him one of the most polarizing figures of our time. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of Julian Assange, where the lines between truth and fiction are blurred, and the only certainty is that things are about to get very, very interesting. His story is a roller coaster of highs and lows, victories and defeats. Think of this essay as a 10-minute joyride through the tumultuous life and times of Julian Assange. From his early days as a hacker to his rise as a global figure, we'll explore the events that shaped him and the world around him. We'll be your guide through the labyrinthine world of government secrets, high-stakes espionage, and diplomatic standoffs, all while trying to answer the burning question: is Julian Assange a hero or a villain? Let the games begin. As we peel back the layers, you'll see the complexities and contradictions that define him, making it clear that the answer is anything but simple. Our story begins, as all good stories do, with a young Julian Assange, a scrappy kid with a mop of unruly hair and a thirst for knowledge that could rival Google's search algorithm. From a very young age, Julian was not just curious, he was insatiably inquisitive. His mind was a sponge, soaking up every bit of information it could find. Born in Townsville, Australia, Assange's childhood was anything but ordinary. His early years were marked by a sense of adventure and a constant quest for new experiences. He was always on the move, both physically and intellectually. He moved around constantly, attending over 37 schools. Yes, you read that right, 37. This nomadic lifestyle wasn't just a series of relocations, it was a journey that shaped his worldview and honed his adaptability, and even getting homeschooled by his mother for a while. This unconventional education allowed him to explore subjects that fascinated him, from science to literature, and of course the burgeoning world of computers. It was during his teenage years that Assange discovered his true calling: hacking. But this wasn't just about breaking into systems for fun, it was a deeper, almost philosophical pursuit.
They called me Mendax. The name, derived from a Latin word meaning noble liar, was a reflection of my belief that the truth should be revealed, no matter the cost. I wasn't interested in stealing credit card numbers or defacing websites. I wanted information. Information was power, and I believed it should be accessible to everyone. The internet was a tool for transparency, a way to hold the powerful accountable. It was a new frontier, a digital Wild West where the rules were still being written.
He quickly gained a reputation as a prodigious talent in the burgeoning world of online communities, adopting the moniker Mendax, a fitting name for a man who would later make a career out of exposing lies and deception. His skills were not just technical, they were strategic, and his actions were driven by a strong ethical compass. Now, before you picture a young Assange huddled in a basement, bathed in the eerie glow of computer monitors, let's be clear, this wasn't your average teenage hacker. He was a digital explorer navigating the uncharted territories of cyberspace with a sense of purpose. Assange wasn't interested in stealing credit card numbers or defacing websites. His goals were loftier, more idealistic. He was after something far more valuable: information. Information that could change the world, that could shine a light on the darkest corners of power and corruption. He saw the internet as a powerful tool for transparency, a way to hold the powerful accountable for their actions. It was a revolutionary idea, one that would eventually lead to the creation of WikiLeaks. And he was determined to use his skills to expose the truth, no matter the cost. This was not just a hobby, it was a mission, a calling that would define his life. Little did he know, this early foray into the world of hacking would be the first step on a path that would lead him to international fame, notoriety, and ultimately to a small room in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. His journey was just beginning, and the world was about to take notice. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. The story of Julian Assange is one of relentless pursuit, of a man driven by a desire to uncover the truth, no matter where it led him. Let's rewind a bit and delve into the moment Assange went from tech-savvy troublemaker to global newsmaker, the birth of WikiLeaks. This was the turning point, the moment when his skills and ideals converged to create a platform that would change the world. Imagine being stuck in a single room for years, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Julian Assange. Confined to the Ecuadorian embassy in London, he lived in a tiny room relying on room service and the occasional visit from friends. It was a bizarre diplomatic deadlock, a standoff that seemed like it would never end.
Breaking news: Julian Assange has been arrested by British police. The founder of WikiLeaks was taken into custody at the Ecuadorian embassy in London after the Ecuadorian government withdrew his asylum.
So is this game over for Assange, or just another level in his complex and controversial journey? It's hard to say. For years he evaded capture, but now the world watches closely to see what will happen next.
Julian Assange and WikiLeaks showed the world the truth, exposing corruption and war crimes. Their revelations shook the foundations of governments and institutions, bringing to light the hidden machinations of power. He's a freedom fighter, not a criminal. To many, Assange is a symbol of transparency and accountability, a beacon for those who believe in the public's right to know.
But not everyone sees it that way. Critics argue that his actions were reckless and irresponsible, putting countless lives at risk. For some, Assange is a fugitive from justice, a man who endangered lives by leaking classified information. They see him as a threat to national security and a violator of the law. The debate rages on. Is he a hero or a villain? This question divides people across the globe, sparking intense discussions and heated arguments. The lines between freedom fighter and fugitive are often blurred, and Assange's story is a testament to that complexity. His case challenges our understanding of justice, freedom, and the role of whistleblowers in society. So, did Assange really eat pizza with the devil? Well, not quite, but there are plenty of wild stories out there. Let's just say, the truth is often stranger than fiction. All right, folks, it's time for some trivia. Did you know Julian Assange once hacked into NASA? Yep, that's right. And here's another one for you. What was the original name of WikiLeaks? Think you know the answer? Stay tuned. Now it's up to you to decide. Did Assange win or lose in his quest for transparency? Some say he's a hero, others say he's a villain. But one thing's for sure, he's changed the world forever. What do you think? And that's a wrap! Until next time, stay informed, and maybe just a little bit paranoid. After all, you never know who's watching. See you soon!